Yeah, this year has been absolutely mental, and from the looks of things, 2022 is probably going to be even crazier.
That's putting it mildly, 007.
Where do we start? Where do we actually start with this year? Hello everyone, Clacka the Geek here. Welcome back to my sort of end of year update video that I did one last year, and I'll just do these every year pretty much. Yeah, let's reflect on the year, both in a general sense, on my channel, and what's coming up in 2023. So yeah, 2022, what's happened? Well, let's have a little recap and let's list off a few things anyway, that have happened in the world this year. So we have had politicians partying, war in Eastern Europe, death matches at the Oscars, Elon Musk buys Twitter, and then somebody impersonated Jesus on there. We've had 3 prime ministers, 2 whole monarchs, and most crazy of all, the former health secretary of the UK government, Matt Hancock, went into the jungle on a reality TV show and ate a camel's knob. That's right, a man called Matt Hancock ate a camel's cock.
This is a camel's penis.
I can't believe all of that came out of my mouth in the same sentence, but here we are. But yeah, overall, this year has been very wild, and a lot has happened, and even that can apply to my own life. I've done quite a lot this year, but you know what? I'm happy with how the year kind of turned out. I'm happy with, you know, I've been in a much happier kind of place, especially when compared to last year and whatnot. I think without the worry of COVID, that's kind of lifted a lot of the anxieties, I think. What I've tried to do this year is, taking the lessons of 2021, the hardships of last year, and learning from them, trying to overcome them, and kind of manifest them in more kind of positive ways, and coming to peace with various different things, and I think that's just made the year a lot better. I'm pretty sure I was going to say a quote from... I used this quote in Road to the Multiverse, actually, I remember. But it's the idea that if you can make it through things that you previously thought were impossible, the world suddenly becomes less scary. And it is true, you know, there's certain things that at the tail end of last year, I was very, very worried about. And going into this year, I was kind of, you know, brace yourself, because, yeah, that kind of approach. But it's happened now, and it was not as scary as I thought it would be, which is a good sign. It's a very good sign. I think now that we're out of the shadow of COVID, like from this year, you know, we're out of that shadow now. I think that it's given me a lot of opportunities actually in life, and just to really go out there and do things and, you know, put myself out there in a way. And it's just, I'm incredibly grateful for all those opportunities that I've had and all the people that have supported me along the way. And, you know, I love you all. I love you all. And that's just like in my own life. I mean, what about YouTube? I mean, it's been great this year. You know, the videos that I've done, I'm very happy with a lot of them. And, you know, when I say that people are supporting me, that includes you lot, you know, subscribing, commenting, you know, liking my videos, and the fact that, you know, like, it's just, you're awesome. You guys are awesome. Anyway, this year on the channel, or should I say these 10 months on the channel, and this extra week at the end of December that I've been back. Yeah, I do want to address the 7-week hiatus from like the end of Halloween to, you know, around now. Why did I go away? Yeah, I wanted to... The thing is that I was getting, in the kind of like the couple of months leading up to when I kind of had a break, I was getting really kind of burnt out on making videos, like the kind of same old like reviews and rankings and all that kind of stuff. That's why I've started doing those, like, you know, like the Chibnall, every Chibnall story reviewed and every Regeneration story reviewed. That's why I wanted to try and do them as a kind of a substitute for the ranking videos, because they're a bit more interesting. It was something I was trying to change it up a little bit, you know, something fresh and interesting. And because the videos I was making, I distilled them into a science, and it was just getting repetitive and boring for me to make. And I was just realising, as I was coming to Halloween, I hadn't really planned anything further than that, to be honest, like, of what I wanted to make. And so I was really at my rope's end. I just had no ideas of what I wanted to really do. So I was like let's just put the channel on a break for a bit, and then I'll be back by the end of the year because I didn't want to leave permanently. I just wanted some time off. And also as well, in the 4.5 years that I've been doing YouTube, I've not really taken an extended period like that off. That's the longest I've ever gone without making videos or thinking about them. I just needed that just for a bit. And I want to just thank all of you as well for that, just for being, understanding. Because I did put out a community post, and you were like, enjoy the break, and I can't wait to see what you put out in December, all that kind of stuff. But I'm glad that you were understanding, and just, yeah. Another thing I want to kind of address with the whole hiatus is, it's to do with like the place of Doctor Who on YouTube, because obviously I'm not solely a Doctor Who YouTuber. I never have, and I've always made that clear from the start. This is not a solely Doctor Who channel, but it's the main focus of the channel, definitely. I am definitely a Who-tuber at heart. And this year, obviously, was a drought of Doctor Who content. We have, until like recently with the whole RTD promotion and whatnot, it has been a drought of Doctor Who content. We've had 3 episodes. Well, I mean, Legend of the Sea Devils was more of a weird fever dream than an episode. So, no, 2 episodes and a weird fever dream of an episode. There we go. Because of like how the fandom has been over the past few years, it's kind of, more people kind of drifted away. And this year, it just felt like nobody cared. But the thing is, I kind of see so many of my favourite YouTubers that I'd watched, and lots of different ones, kind of drift away. And that's not, I just want to say that's not like me criticising them. They have every right to not do it if they don't want to. I went away for a bit. It's perfectly fine. It's just a hobby at the end of the day. And and it's not a full-time commitment, obviously. I get that. But that kind of it weirdly made me feel like I had an obligation to keep this fandom going through this year. So that's why I kept posting these regular Doctor Who videos and whatnot. I felt like Batman, and at the end, the end of the Dark Knight with Gary Oldman's speech, like it was like, he's not the Who-tuber we need, but he's the Who-tuber we deserve. Well, however that speech goes at the end of the Dark Knight, yeah. But I felt like I had a moral obligation to keep making content in a way. So I think that's kind of why I got burnt out. I felt obligated in a way to just keep the fandom going, and that's kind of why I kind of called it quits temporarily once Power of the Doctor and the Chibnall era had ended, because it felt like kind of a nice way to close this chapter of Clacka the Geek. Especially considering when I started, we were only a few months when Series 11 was just beginning. It was like, it felt like the right time to just, take a break from it all. But yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of other YouTubers, coming back, because obviously RTD is coming back, Shooty Gatwa, Millie Gibson. I haven't addressed a lot of the recent news. We've had the costume revealed and that new trailer at Christmas as well. Like, I haven't addressed all this stuff, and I will get to it. I will do like another big news update at some point in 2023 of like kind of rounding up the news that we've had since. Yeah, I think it's going to be exciting what Doctor has to offer us next year. But I'm really happy with a lot of the content that I made in 2022. Like, I am genuinely really happy with the Road to the Multiverse is amazing. I love doing that. Read the Reservoir Dogs film analysis. That's a great one. That's kind of the template for what I want to do forward. More analytical kind of content. I really like to do that. The parody songs, I really enjoy doing. Some little bits of sketch content that I've done, not part of the main series, but just little bits of sketches that I've done in this year I've enjoyed. And there's certain like reviews and ranking videos that I've done that are kind of I've kind of taken a more critical sort of deeper dive into them, and I think they've made them quite standout videos. So like the Inside Number 9 Series 4 video was very special for me because of Bernie Clifton being my favourite episode of the show. I'll put a playlist together actually of all my favourite videos of this year, and I'll put it in the description below. So what's coming for 2023? I don't know. Okay, I do have some ideas of what I want to do, but I never want to guarantee anything just in case plans fall through. You can expect a show reel on New Year's Day, like with every year since like 2020 or whenever. Expect a show reel, and also the 2022 film ranking. Expect that to come in the first few days of the year. I don't imagine the first few months of the year will be the most exciting because I'm quite busy actually. I've just realised I'm quite busy during the first few months of the year with like shows and whatnot. Particularly January, I've got a big show coming up. So don't expect loads in January. There's a few videos I'd like to do. I'd like to talk about some of the Doctor Who specials, the modern specials, because I've been rewatching all of them over the course of the Christmas season. So I'd like to do maybe like a bit like what I did with every Chibnall story reviewed and every regeneration story reviewed, every modern Doctor Who special reviewed, so that includes like the 2009 specials, the 2022 specials, New Year's Day specials, all that jazz.
You like jazz?
Obviously, certain series like I will continue doing the modern Doctor Who rankings, like from series 5 to Flux. I probably would be. Yeah, I will continue to do them as well. Some other like discussion-y topics that I'd like to talk about, especially with Doctor Who. Like there was one video I wanted to do for this week, this Christmas week, but I want to push it back just so it can get it right. But so it'll be a little bit outdated when I put it out. But I want to talk about the Capaldi Christmas specials because I want to kind of talk about them and kind of defend them in a way. I'd also like to do some sort of Chris Chibnall, Jodie Whittaker overviews now that the era's ended and kind of have a look back. And there's one that I'd like to do about kind of, will the Whittaker era get a renaissance soon? Will it get a new kind of renaissance and people appreciate it more? That's something I've been kind of interested, after revisiting some of her older stories, I'd be interested to see, like, just talk about that. Outside of Doctor Who, film content will absolutely continue. As I say, the Reservoir Dogs video that I did, I'm mega proud of that. So there's some films that I want to talk about. The next one I plan to do, it's sort of a sequel to that video. It's another Tarantino film, specifically Death Proof, which is like 2007, the kind of grindhouse film that he did. It's not a film that I particularly like, to be honest. I don't think it's that good, but I find it interesting, and it kind of, the reasons I don't really like it play into what I said in that older video. So it acts as sort of a good companion piece to that older video. There's also a video on Shaun of the Dead that I like to do. It's sort of like to do with Shaun of the Dead and how music plays a part in it, telling its story and how it conveys meaning and all that. I'd like to do that at some point early in this year. But for the rest of the year, I haven't got a Scooby clue what I want to do, to be honest. Like, yeah, I'm just going to take things in my stride, just see how the year goes, and might go well, might go not. Who knows, eh? Who knows? But I just want to end this off by saying thank you for watching, and thanks for a great year. You guys have made it. You guys have made it a great year. And this will be the last video of 2022, so I will see you in the new year. Take care, folks. Have a happy new year.